This is why you need to remove the word can't from your vocabulary, especially if you are a artist with a low budget. In today's video, we're going to get into why it's detrimental that you do this and how it can impact you negatively in your career as a creative if you keep using the word can't. If you don't know by now, my name is Jen the Modern Frida. I am a singer / multi-passionate creative. I'm just gonna get into the story of why this even came to my mind and why I'm also applying this to myself. So it began with me wanting to make music videos. I'm in the middle of completing my album, which means that now I have to think about visuals, something that I did plan for, but I didn't plan on how expensive it would be. I didn't plan on going over budget with my album either. I didn't plan on spending much on it, to be honest. But the more I got into the process, the more it just required for me to dish out, which was completely fine because I love making music. I don't mind investing in my music. But when it comes to the visual art of it, that is a whole different ballgame. I am a visual artist, but in painting, making flower crowns, making videos is not really my forte, nor have I ever really had the desire to learn how to edit a video. Hence why it's taken me forever to do this YouTube thing. But besides the point, you might have seen my music video, Men Are From Mars.
Men are from Mars. Rocket was igniting, we felt to take off. Got me on 100, he took me to space. Riding on his rocket, I saw the stars.
I basically just recorded myself in my room, did a whole green screen thing. I hired someone to edit it for me. Now, that works. There are many ways to make a music video, but when you start thinking about other songs, that might not always work. And for the next song that I'm thinking about releasing, I don't want to do a green screen. I want maybe a narrative, a story, like something else, just more in the physical world per se. And when I started thinking about bringing this video to live, I quickly started to get discouraged and I threw a whole ass pity party for myself. It lasted all morning, y'all. I was so stressed thinking about how the hell I was going to fund this music video, and not even just fun, y'all, but find someone to help me, like a videographer to help me bring this to life, because I live in West Texas, y'all, and it is so hard to find creative people around here. I'm not saying they don't exist, but people who do music videos are like a needle in a haystack. There are plenty of people who do weddings and maybe other type of corporate events, but music videos, like if you're watching this and you're in West Texas, please hit me up. Let me know. There are a lot of people in Dallas, San Antonio, Austin, Houston, but like I have some budget, but I don't have crazy amount of budget to like go travel to these places, spend like $500 to $1,000 on recording a video. That doesn't include accessories, food, hotel stay, gas. Like logistically, it starts to get complicated, even to fly off. So I digress. We as small indie artists, small like upcoming artists, we have to get scrappy and work with what we got. I was so stressed out, y'all. I was feeling it in my body. I felt the tension, I felt the heaviness, and I just felt so like unmotivated. I was starting to just spiral down, and all I kept hearing in my head is you can't do this, you can't do that, because logistically, the money, the time, it's just going to take forever. And that's where I caught myself, because in the past, if I would have known how long, I'm going to use this album for example that I'm about to release. If I had known everything that it was going to entail, how long it was going to take, the hurdles I was going to face, I don't know if I would have ever even started on the journey, because there was a lot of things I had to overcome, which I can do another video on itself. But it took me almost 2 years to create this album. 2 years, y'all. 2 years without releasing any music. That is a long time for someone who was really excited to drop more music after my first single, 29. To have to wait 2 years was a test of patience and devotion. Now that I'm here and so excited to show y'all this music and create a world for it, the Black Swan world, I realized like in the past, I would have just given up, I guess you could say. I would have distracted myself, like gone on this hamster wheel of things and gone a different direction. All this chaos. And I stopped myself and was like, you know what? Is it that I can't make this video, or is it that I won't put in the work? Because that's what it's going to take. Like for me to do a music video myself, to direct it, to actually sit down and map out maybe a storyboard of every scene, styling ideas, location, that takes work, y'all, because it does not naturally come to me, and it's going to take work and time. But I realize it's either I succumb to my negative emotions and my pity parties and just stay on a fucking cycle and just release half-ass shit, or I strapping up my boots, I guess you could say. I've never used that saying, strap up my boots and get to work. Get to work. I've already Googled like low budget videos and have come across a bunch of DIY ideas. The internet is free, and thankfully there are a lot of people out there putting out content to help us. My point of this video is that whatever obstacle you are facing right now, if you come so far in your craft and you've come across this hurdle and you're saying can't, if you stop and listen and all you hear is like, I can't do this because I don't have enough money, I don't have the right people, I don't have the right resources, I want you to ask yourself, is it because you can't or because you won't put in the work? Because if you are creative, more than likely you are multidisciplinary, multi-passionate, and can figure the fuck out. We are creatives. We bring the imaginary to life. I know you can get scrappy. I know you can figure out. You are smart. Don't forget that. Don't let the thoughts in your head get to you. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, like, you can either succumb to those thoughts of saying that you can't do something, or you can flip that shit around. Be like, you know what? I've never done this, but I can learn. I can figure it out. Because sometimes I think we get discouraged and wanting it to be the best and wanting things to be perfect, but sometimes we just need to do and learn along the way and let it be. Accept where you are at. Accept how things are and not what you want them to be, if that makes sense. Because you may not think that you can come out with something great from what you have right now, but you might surprise yourself. Go check out Men Are From Mars if you haven't already, and be on the lookout for more of my creative process and this new music journey that I'm on. I will be sharing behind the scenes, how I make music, the cost behind the music, and other fun stuff. Bye!